Okay, I forgot. I forgot to turn off all my blocks and stuff here. Jesus. Uh, I guess it doesn't even matter. I'm not even trading on a real account, so no point in hiding something. Um, let's see. So I was looking at SOBR. This is the only one I really care to have on watch at the moment. It is trending higher here, and it is holding VWAP so far. But I did draw this little channel, and we'll see if it respects the channel. So far, it is. It's trading within that channel, but it's not easy to borrow anyway, so I can't even go short on it if I wanted to. Let's see what it wants to do here. If it's gonna hold this high, break through the channel, or if it's gonna continue trading within this range. There's a dip. There's a stock called LMAO hitting my scans. Uh, it's the first I've seen this one. I'm surprised it's not trading higher because sometimes just the names itself, or just the name itself, usually get people wanting to buy it. So LMAO's halted, but let's go ahead and go back to SOBR, see what SOBR is doing. It's a nice break there. Let's see if it goes for high day here. 24 through 25. It's also not a big mover, so 20 to the high here of 27. Immediately rejected all the way down to 16 now. 15 there. Break of 15 out of 307. Could buy the dip here. But again, it's not a big mover, so that's a nasty rejection though. And it did break into resistance there. So it's another reason I didn't just get long there. Could have got long. I mean, below 20 for a quick scalp, 7 cents or something. But that's if I got filled at the top. Let's see if it hits the bottom of this channel. I'll take a long. So long there, but it's a risky trade, just because I'm literally right at the whole dollar here. So I'm risking a lot taking this trade. So far as respecting the channel, but again, I'm probably gonna stop when it comes down to its whole dollar. I'd imagine that's where it's gonna want to break. Yep, so stopped out there. So it's not respecting the channel anymore. It's breaking lower. Let's see, ZYME. I probably won't mess with that anymore. ZYME is hitting the scans. I want to check out LMAO on resumption here. What is it gonna do? Okay, second thing I'm gonna do is also step down my share size. So I know I just took 1,000, but what I'm gonna do is step it down a bit, because that just cost me what? That trade right there is already at 80 bucks, and that wasn't even on a big mover. Yesterday, it just like I said, killed the account completely because sheesh, I didn't have any stop loss or anything, no plan on it. So I might even have to go back to what I was already doing. I know it wasn't working completely, but I felt I had a lot more clarity trading, doing what I was doing last time with, because it was so simple. Um, Simple idea, but again, it wasn't working out 100%. Let's see, 1183. No resumption yet. Looks like it's gonna be a 10-minute halt. If it hits my support line at 50, I think I would go long on it. It's a risky trade because it's right after a halt. There's no indication that it's gonna hold up or anything, especially with the amount of light volume it has, but it's the only one that's actually doing something. SOBR just rejected so bad. Now it's popping up here, moving back towards VWAP, but that was a bad rejection on this one. Oh my god, I swear, stupid chart. Uh this thing's so annoying. Okay, we're back to LMAO. I don't know why. I guess the Sterling platform decided to make this kind of update. If I clear all line studies on one chart, it clears it for all charts or all stocks, I guess, which is so annoying because it never used to do that. It would just clear it for that one symbol. Well, Jesus, I just saw this. This wasn't there before, from what I remember. At least in my previous videos, but I guess it was there yesterday too. I just didn't see it. So wow, I didn't even notice that. So never mind. I was gonna say like, dude, I don't know why it's deleting everything, but I literally just saw that. My carelessness to read. So there's resumption. I don't know where my lines are at or where I have my line, but I'll wait for it to settle out. It's gonna rip without me, that's fine. Big spreads here. So it'd definitely be breaking my rule taking a trade on this one already. It's so choppy and the spreads are so massive. However, if I can find a setup, I think it'll be a potential trade. I just need to find that setup. If this can finish as a green inside candle, I probably will take a long on it for the break of this high here of 13. Maybe even potentially target of 1350. But that could be a really high target just to have. It's ending red so far. I don't want it to end green. There's a pop. Let's see if we can get this thing to finish green. I'll take a long on it. So taking a long there at 1220. Real quick. That's dumping on me. Use view up as support. It's not doing it, so I'm gonna get rid of it at 1208. 12, I guess. Not even at 12. 95 maybe. Nope. So stopping out there. That's crazy, man. I should have hit the bid a long time ago. I was trying to sell on the ask too many times. That's my fault again. So it did break its high. It did do what I wanted to do, but obviously no follow through and immediately rejected on the bid at least. So I mean, this is what happens when you break your rules, I guess. Like I knew breaking my rules that had high potential just because of volatility on the stock, but again, I mean, I literally said it prior to entering the trade. If I get in, it's gonna be breaking my rule, and then sure enough, quick break broke by. I did not see 32. I actually just saw 30, but to me it was a double top there, and then I actually rejected heavily. So now it's below view up, and I had to hit the bid at that point. I wanted to sell in the 90s at least, but had many times to sell in the 80s or 70s even, but obviously not. So massive loss with that. At least it's not with 1,000 shares. That was almost a whole dollar there. So already down a good amount. But it's so hard not to pay attention to the amount in which I'm down, especially when you have losses like that. Like, because I know I just lost on it. So it's kind of like how do I even deal with that mentally and be totally cool with it? Like, oh yeah, I just had a massive loss right now. Obviously, I didn't have to have this big loss. I could have just not taken the trade, or I could have just stopped out a lot sooner at 12 with the 20-cent loss. But obviously, I didn't. I just want to get a lucky fill on the ask, and it filled. I ended up getting filled at the bottom. I had to hit the bid, but it was just like way too late at this point. So it's a tough one. So pop it up again here. 5 minutes holding up. That's so insane. I look away from the screen like literally for a second, and then that happens, and I didn't get to catch the dip. That's so annoying, man. That's crazy. I looked away like really quick just to see the scans, and then as soon as I look back, it's already down. Jesus. So unfortunate. That's so crazy. That would have been a perfect dip buy based on the little channel that I drew out here. So here's SOBR coming back here, which I mean, I guess again, right idea, just wrong timing on it. Because I climbed from my entry about 16 cents or almost 20 cents. So right idea, wrong timing on it. Just unfortunate. Mm, oh, that sucks. Okay. Going back to LMAO here. Let's see if it rejects off this level. It might even continue higher just because it's 5 minute. Still has room on its 5 minute to continue. Might have to readjust this line here. 31 bear flag, second bear flag right here, so third leg down. I mean, if I can catch the bounce on this one, it'd be great. breaking out of its trend almost. Shoot. So here's SOBR coming back up. Let's surge there straight to 30 and back down. See if I buy around 30 again, I'll take a smaller share size. We'll try it again. Uh, so second surge and a massive rejection back down here. So let's see. I'm gonna try and buy around 303. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's trash. I'm just pissed. I took a large size down here, and I knew it too. I was like, it's probably gonna break this low. Probably gonna break through 3. So I was like, this is really risky that I just took that. But I was trying to buy within the channel at the time, but obviously it broke through. Now it's a new level, and now look at me. I had a whole ride up to basically 25, 24, 20 cents practically from where I entered without me. So I guess that's what I get for starting with small size. I wanted to take a big size off the bat, just because I took a big size, especially because it wasn't a big mover. But I mean, that's what I get. So LMAO pulled back to view up there. So it's no longer respecting the channel. Well, it's respecting the channel actually on the 5 minutes. I could buy this dip here on the 5 minute 40. Looks like I missed my entry, I guess. I guess so. So I'll take this trade based on its 5 minute, but let's see if I can get my entry in. 55. Jesus, the spreads are just so massive on this. I want to take it below 1050. I'm just gonna take it here at 55. We're gonna take one at 55. Hasn't broke its 1 minute low yet. So it's probably a gamble at this point just because now look at it. Now it's coming down to 10. Now it's exactly where I want it. Because it didn't break its low yet, so that's why I was like, I don't want to get in, I don't want to get in, but obviously now I'm chasing. Now it's all the way in 30s. That's basically where I wanted to get in. So let's see if it even holds these levels. It might just flush down to 10. So here we go, breaking it slow again, coming down towards 10. Broke its 5 minute low. Coming down towards 10 now. This is just a really bad entry on my part. This here it's popping up. See if I can sell at 87. It's basically break even right now on the ask at least. See if you can get a push to the highs there in the 80s. Next 1 minute open. So the mistake I made on this one, I'm looking at the chart now. There's not a lot of profit potential on the long side really at all on this. I mean, I had to have bought at 10 for this to be anything. Unless we just see that bounce. It's because it's trending sideways, and if I bought in sideways here, I mean, it's reaching a lower target. Like my original target on this candle was at 80. This one's going back to like 70, then it's going back to 60 now. And it's just sideways, sideways, sideways. I'm literally in a bear trend here, so I might as well just sell break even if I can, because there I sold my position there at 58, I guess. Because it's gonna hit, like, let's just say 80 here. I could have sold for 20 cents profit there. Jesus, literally just undersold myself right now. Live, right? You know what? Jesus. Oh my god. I just realized I wasn't even respecting the 1 minute. I don't know why I was looking at the 1 minute. I was actually gonna go for the 5 minute. So really I have target towards 11. But just looking at the 1 minute, either way, I mean, you're getting a sideways trend like on a bear flag, rejection, sideways trend. And we'll see if it's rejects in the 1 minute. I mean, on the 5 minute, it's respecting it's a different channel, I guess I have, but still, it has room till 11 just about up here. But then that would be breaking the 1 minute pattern here, even though they're practically drawn out exactly the same. Curious to see what it's gonna do. So I guess it would make more sense on an uptrend. I mean, that's a mistake in this trade, like a complete mistake, which I didn't realize until literally just right now. I was trying to get long, looking for that bounce, but I mean, if it's a downwards channel, why am I trying to get long if it's just gonna literally be sideways on some flags here, some bear flags? So this is our third bear flag here. We have 1, 2, and then 3. So that was just a mistake on my end. I didn't realize that. On an upwards channel, I'd imagine, I mean, it'd be a lot better. You get the sideways flags, hit the channel, take an entry, pops up, sideways channel up. So I guess that's what I failed to realize there. Let's see, we'll go to SOBR. What's this one doing? So this one's at the lows again. I'll take a long here. It's down below. So we'll take a long at 304, 300 shares. Let's see if this is still respecting the trend line or not. Finally reached the lows here. But we'll keep this one on watch, I guess. I just took a long, have it there, let it do what it needs to do. So far, LMAO is pulling back somewhat. It would need to break this low to find continuation. So 1030, find continuation to the downside. But let's see if it's going to end up doing that. This MACD is curling here though, so we could just see some more sideways consolidation, or if it breaks trend, I mean, it could really ramp up. It's 34. Let's go back to SOBR. So now this one's breaking out to the downside now, selling there with another loss. Sheesh. I'll take another long here at 305. Because now it's actually bouncing off 301. So on its 5 minute at least, it should probably readjust it on its 1 minute too. See see what it's gonna do if we can ride this back towards VWAP at least. I mean, really, I should have a higher target of 32, but we'll see. AMPX got halted actually. Let's just hit my. Oh, I didn't even hit my scans. I just hit my alt scan, but it's because it's on such light volume. We'll see what ZYME is gonna do. Go back to SOBR. So far, SOBR's working out. ZYME, not really. I mean, I'm still gonna hold it based on its 5 minute. But maybe I bought in a little too early on this one. Maybe the channel is actually down here. We'll see. But so far, SOBR's working out. It's not working out by a long shot just yet, but I'm still gonna hold on the sideways consolidation because, as I mentioned earlier, this is an upwards trend. So I know it's happened already, too many times. So you have 1, 2, a little bit of 3 here, and then a push up. Now it's pulled back 4. I could add into my position here at 33, but I'll just hold it and I'll wait. We might see a ramp up towards high day again here, 48, and we'll see if this works out. Next 5 minute just open right now, so what should open. So I forgot about AMPX. There's assumption here. Not too spready, about 10 cents, let's just say. So not too bad. No pullbacks on it yet. So let's go check on ZYME. This one's already trending lower, so this one's already not working out for me. But again, based on the channel, it's probably drew it wrong. It's probably gonna have to be based on this one here. There's sideways consolidation. We'll see if it's based on that one or where it's at. We'll continue holding. We'll just wait it out. SOBR, this one's working out perfectly though. This is actually doing really good. I'm so surprised. So we're doing really good on this one. I might just have to exit my positions entirely right now just because I'm already gonna have to wrap it up regardless. But SOBR's working out great. Wish I would have got filled. I mean, it's the same thing back here when I had 1,000 shares. Like that was a really nice climb all the way to 24. That was a good move. Now I'm in at 305. It's at 317. It's not a big mover as I mentioned, but ZYME is just sideways consolidating. I'm probably gonna take a loss on this one. I'm just gonna sell this one, exit my position on it. It's only a 4-cent loss, not a big move or anything. I should have waited for the 5 minute, I guess, or I mean, how could I have known really? But let's go back to SOBR, and I'll probably exit this one too. So we'll take the exit there, 316. So that wasn't a bad trade. I just don't have the time to wait it out and find continuation. So I did buy the low. We did see that the channel did work 2 times on SOBR. It's just I didn't time my entry properly. Technically I did. I mean, if I just waited it out and just saw this candle here, instead of selling out of the bottom, I mean, I could have just waited out for this to get the range in, right? So we had the top range, retested, rejected, hit the new low. So now I could draw my trend or my range lines, right? Could have taken the low here on this candle. Let's just say the low is 3. Even at 304 where I was in at, could have got in here, 304, wrote that to 24. Or at least somewhere in that area, because it hit that area multiple times before you see that massive surge and then a rejection. Then we see the downtrend. I buy the bottom once, 304, same area as I did with 1,000 shares. Sold at 301 because I figured it was gonna flush through 3 and break 3. So I was like, oh, like I'm gonna have to readjust here. And my trend line was a little higher at the time too, I think. So I was like, well, I'm screwed. But then I bought in again because I was like, well, it bounced off that level, showed it can hold 3 or 4 different times. So I bought in once more and decided to keep holding, not get so freaked out. And I felt like this trade was not easier, but I felt I could take my eyes off of it, which isn't a good idea to begin with. I mean, I shouldn't just, let the trade do what it wants, whatever, because I could just take massive losses like yesterday. But for example, like ZYME is just not respecting the trend line anymore. This one, if I had it where I had it back here, it's breaking through now, so it's just a change in momentum. It's just not working out anymore to the high side. I'm already pretty late on this one. I didn't see it early enough, I guess. But LMAO, that one just didn't work out. I mean, I was buying to the long side. I should have got short. This one's also not respecting the channel anymore. I mean, you already retested 3 different times, so after the first one, second one, I mean, this is really where I should have entered right here for a short, entered down here for a long. I mean, I could have entered down here at 10 for long and got to 1050, so could have done something like that, but I don't know. Now it's just sideways, no volume. It's dead. AMPX in the scans once more. Okay, I need more practice with this new strategy. I need more practice just in general. I'm changing strategies. That's why these several days have been like loss after loss, big loss, big loss, big loss, like back after or back to back big losses. So I'm trying new things. I'm trying to see what I find consistency in, but everything's gonna take time. Everything's gonna take a while for me to get adjusted to and everything. I don't have, let's say, a lot of time, but I'm willing to work with what I got. Obviously, this one, I mean, if I took 1,000 shares on that, I mean, I didn't do it because I told myself I'd set my share size down, but I felt a lot more comfortable letting this work itself out, especially when it was going in my direction. It felt a lot better taking a trade like this. I had the right idea, wrong timing, I guess, on this one. Big size, panicked out, flush through 3. That was on me. Should have waited it out, but same time, I mean, another reason is because I'm trying to buy the dip on a flush. So I mean, this thing could have kept going. After you see those big whips, like could have kept going. But with slow moving stocks like this, I hate scalping these. I hate scalping these because I can't. It's like almost impossible for me. I have such a rough time scalping. And I guess they're just not meant for scalping, but they're slow moving like this. I mean, it's working out so far. I had two good trades. Again, wrong timing on this one. But this would have been a really good trade right there. It's a 20 cents. Could have just sold there. Could have kept holding and then just rode that to the top. Sold up there. Got lucky on a fill maybe before the rejection. Then you get a retest here. Add again. And this is probably going to go back to 34. It's probably going to go to the highs there. I don't know. I mean, I'd be holding for the 5-minute for the most part. 30. I probably saw like 30. But I mean, it's working out. That ripped there to 26. getting a strong push here. So imagine I sold here at 16 just because I don't have the time. I mean, I guess I have the time because I'm still 5 minutes late on my exit here. Shoot, okay, but this thing's still going. So I mean, from 16 to the high there of 26, that's 10 more cents. 300 shares. If it was 1,000 shares, it's $100. So this trade in general, I mean, that was already about 150 bucks, somewhere around there, I guess. Let's see, AMPX is breaking lower now. Let's check on LMAO. LMAO is still sideways. Jesus. So okay, minor adjustments is what I need. There's a lot of things I need to work on. Obviously, I'm gonna recap. So I'm gonna this recap for this month's gonna be very spotty, I would say, just because it's gonna be because there's a lot of testing going on this month. The first 2 days back-to-back $1,000 losses, like just testing something new, not following any rules, not following any strategy. Just like yesterday or the day before yesterday, I didn't follow any patterns. I didn't follow any, stop losses. I didn't follow nothing. It was just kind of like, okay, test a strategy, see what's going on, let itself work out. So it's kind of like I just take an entry and then see what it's gonna do on the strategy. If the strategy is gonna work, if this is gonna happen, whatever. But again, if I don't even have the right patterns down, or if I don't even have the right risk management or the right entries, specifically entries, I would say, then obviously it's not gonna work. Like today, I had not good entries, but for example, this trade just made no sense. I mean, this is what I typically go for, right? So scalp the previous 1 minute high. It just resumed from a halt. I'm looking for that volume in a market that we're not in. I'm trying to scalp the high here and go for this high up here. I even said I'm going to go to 13, but it seems like way too high of a profit target. It held VU up twice, so I was like, well, it shows some strength. Let me go ahead and buy in and go for that scalp. I mean, it worked out. It ended up breaking by 2 cents apparently, and then flushed on me. So I mean, it's just, I'm trying to scalp and do big moves in a market that I'm not in, and I guess that's the problem there. Like I'm not trading in the market that I want to be in. I'm trading like it's a market that I'm not in, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So go back to ZYME. ZYME, look at this one, popped all the way back up here. So again, if I adjusted my line here, it was pretty much there. It's just, I sold 2 candles too soon, I guess, before we actually see the pop back up. But if I had readjusted my line here, it was basically to the penny on this one. So I got in the middle of the channel basically. Now we have the outside getting in down here, and then boom, ripping up there. So that would have been a really nice climb, and I'd probably be riding this all the way towards, I would want to say 74, but I mean, possibly, yeah, because that would have been basically from 620, and now it's at 650. That's already a 30-cent move there. So right idea, wrong timing again. So ZYME is also working out, but I just got it in the middle of the middle of the channel here. I just figured it was going to be this one, just because it was already respecting this one multiple times. So that's why I drew the line there. But obviously this one worked out a lot better. So if I just held on the sideways consolidation, and that's the exact same thing I just mentioned with the other one on the downwards channel, was that you get sideways consolidation. So if I was short here, it wouldn't be much of a short opportunity. It's just sideways consolidation, and then boom, you go ramp all the way back up. So just like I did on LMAO, I mean, I bought in long, sideways consolidation, not much of a long opportunity, and then you get the short. Obviously, this one didn't short. It had the bear flag like 3 different times already. ZYME though, I mean, you get that sideways consolidation, boom. So if I were to short down here, this low here, 22, I mean, it would have worked out tremendously on this dip here, 22 to 09. But really, if I just held it, it would have been from 22 to 17, which isn't anything. But if I bought in at the low, or let's just say I bought in at 20 here, and then I wrote that all the way to the top of this line, or let's just say I wrote it to this high, So from 20 to 37, that's a lot more profit compared to this small short that would be right here from 22 to 17. So I don't know. High here's what? Yeah, 37. So it's like 17 cents versus 5 cents on a short. So same with this one, sideways consolidation. I don't know. I mean, obviously if I shorted at the top, let's just say right here, I shorted at the top here on this candle. I can't even click because the stupid charts suck. My God. So right here, if I shorted at the top here, let's just say 40, wrote that all the way down here, 25. So that was about 15 cents. But if I wrote this from 30, it's already at 50 now. It's already 20 something cents. So I mean, we're already making way more money than we are on the short side. But that's on an upwards channel. So little things like that I'm not catching, that I'm not noticing, are little things that I need to correct myself on and improve on. Go back to SOBR. Where's SOBR at? SOBR's still climbing here. So I mean, you do see all these rejections, all these dips, all this stuff going on, but I mean, it's overall respecting the channel for the most part. It's still trading in this range. So I mean, the target would basically still be 37. Even if I felt nervous here and I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna pull back tremendously on me, just sell half at 27. I'm still green, especially for my entry at 305 to 327 already. So like, this strategy so far, it works. Like it's actually working, which is crazy. Thanks to the help from my Discord. I mean, oh man, it's nice to see that it actually works. I just gotta get better at what I'm doing here in terms of entries and everything. Compared to the quick scalps and all that stuff on gap and goes that I usually do, it's like hit and miss with those usually. So it's kind of like, now I gotta figure out what stocks to pick to trade, stuff like this. It's working today, so I need to find more opportunities, I guess. Because it's working today, we need to see if it's gonna work tomorrow. How consistent can I get with this? How often is it gonna be working, basically? Obviously, in the middle of the trade here, I'm drawing the line pretty late, so yeah, I can just, like, for example, I drew it here and it didn't work, right? But now that I can see that I actually held off here, now I know where the new line's at, and now it worked. So I can't really say 100% that it works all the time, just because we do have a flag here, and then another flag here, and then rejection through the channel. But right here, we readjust. I mean, now it's bouncing a bigger channel. We have the uptrend here, and now it's pulled back, and now we get another uptrend. So it is working there. If I looked at the 5-minute, I could have readjusted there too. But what is it called? It's kind of hard for me to recognize exactly where it's going to be making these moves at. I could also look for different ways to find confirmation. So for example, here it bottomed out several times and then popped up, so I could have got long here. That would have made sense in comparison. Well, because it could have said the same thing right here as well. Bought the dip, I mean, it broke lower and then popped up. I could have got long here, and then still same story, it's just rejecting. So I don't know, it's stuff that I'm meant to review. I'm meant to figure out where exactly I should get in, and how I'm going to be taking these trades from here on out, because it does work. I could see the trend here, but I'm gonna have to find how to take it. I guess the entries are what I'm gonna have to figure out. How exactly am I gonna take better entries? What am I gonna look for to take a better entry? And I'll have to do some more revision. So anyways, that being said, I'm already stalling another 10 minutes. Could have just wrote this whole thing out still, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I will see you all tomorrow.